Hey everybody, so welcome to the YouTube channel here. This is going to be the first video for this season, and what I try to do here for on these videos, I guess, is to find a few plays that we do well and or do not so well and talk about that. And the reason I do that is because it just helps the kids learn how to play soccer. If they're the ones watching this, they learn how we want to move on the field, how we pass the ball, how we possess the ball, all of that. Just so everybody understands, when I do this, I'm not trying to point out, again, just make kids look bad or anything. Obviously, in any game, there's 1,000 things that we could do differently. Even in professional games, they do the same thing. They look at film to see what they could be doing better, and they're doing really well all the time. And so in this, I don't use anybody's names in case you don't want your kids' names on YouTube. So I won't use any names. Like I said, I just find a few plays in this game. It was, I think every play here is probably within the first 5 to 7 minutes of the game itself, and because it's late Sunday night, I've actually already done this once and I messed it up, so now I'm doing it again. And anyway, so we'll go through these real quick. Obviously, we've had a couple games each for blue team, white team. Everything's going well. As I'm pointing out, again, in quotes, air quotes here, things we've done, quote, poorly. It's really hard to say that when you've won a game 11-0 and one was 12-2. Obviously, we're doing really, really well, but I like to go through this that way when we're playing those teams that that are gonna be tough or tougher. We need to make sure we're getting a little better every game. So when we play those games, we can still compete. We can do well with them, and yeah, continue to do well. So this one here, let me see. Okay, so right here is where I wanted to point out on this one. Which we talked about this throughout the game and ended up working it out, doing a lot better by the end of the game. But this big gap to the left of the screen, so if I zoom in, just right in here, is something that we need to work on not having anymore. So I want to bring this back. I think we're offsides there. But right, okay, so sorry. If we bring it back here, in this situation, the left defender should be stepping up a little bit more, closer to midfield, calling for that pass to drop it back, and maybe swinging it around to the center back, all the way around to the outside right back, and swinging around. And again, as we went throughout this game, I think we ended up doing that at least 10 times. So the kids are learning that, doing really, really well. But I just wanted to point it out again for this one. To do that, come over here. And this one here, this kid was incredibly fast. Once he got going, it was hard for anybody to catch him. So right here, the couple things I want to point out. The center mid did well to get over there and help out, but instead of kind of coming in from the side, try to get more right in front of him to slow him down. And good effort though. And then over here, the outside back is running up to get this. All I want right there is just to tap the ball out of bounds. Just do anything you can to put a foot on it and get it out of bounds, because I think he got around and he did it. He was just getting around everybody the entire game. So again, the two things are: one, stand in front of him to slow him down, and two, as soon as there's a chance to just tap the ball. We're not getting worried about getting possession of the ball. We're not worried about getting it and passing it to our teammates. All we're doing here is stopping the ball, getting it out of bounds, kicking it away, something. Next. Okay. Right here, I want to work on, as we're going through the season, sending more through balls. And what I mean by that is when the center mid gets the ball right there, and this one's tough, so it may not have even been an option as we're going. You can see by the angle. So I'm not necessarily saying what we did here was wrong, and I'll play it forward a little bit. But I just want to point out what I want to do in the future, especially if this player right here in the red, he is kind of in the way. If this player here, I have to zoom in because I don't. That's the only way to do it. And this player, are that is those two are the two in this play that I would like to see. Obviously, the one with the ball, and so if this player dribbled it up just a little bit and was able to pass the ball to the left hand side of the red player here, right to number 80, 87, or I can't tell, 67 maybe. It gets super blurry here on this. So anyway, give a through ball. And again, in this game, in this exact play, I don't think that was really an option because I think that player would have been able to stop that ball. But if they are slightly over, let's do a through ball. And he ends up going around, and then I want to do this. So he actually gives a great ball through because he gets around the player and right there passes it through. Great through ball there. And then I'll bring it back just to talk about offsides now. So we'll try to go over this in practice. But right here, if you draw a line from their last defender straight across the field, this player here, again, if I zoom in, right there, has to be further away from the goal than their last player before the ball is kicked. And this one's actually pretty close, closer than I thought it was in the game, but he was still offside. So if we keep going, that player ends up, the red player steps up just a little bit, and then our player keeps running. It was, again, a great ball with his left foot right through there, and it's kind of out of the screen. So if I kept it going, he ends up getting it to him. He would have been able to take it in, get a shot, but again, that was offsides. We just need to time that run a little bit better. But again, we were about a second off of that being another really, really good play. So come back here. This one is for the goalie. So in this situation, for whoever is playing goalie, and I know why he's coming out because I've been explaining throughout the beginning of the season here, been talking to the kids about whoever is playing goalie about coming down to cut off that angle. But in this situation, since we have three players right here, I would prefer the goalie stay back in the goal a little bit more. And then the positive of this outside, this is the left defender. And what he's doing here, I've seen kids that will let this player, let's say he dribbles by, which he does in this game. He gets by both of these two, the center back and the right back, and starts going towards the goal. And I've seen players, since they're thinking, well, they're left defender, they have to stay on the left side. They stay way over there and don't come over to help and just let the player dribble right in and score. This player, great job coming over and helping cut that off as well. He ends up, as we go, it gets too crowded in the middle. The goalie falls down. So like I said, stay back a little bit more. And this player ends up getting just a toe on it to poke it away. Otherwise, it would have been a goal. I think that's the last one. And then this one here, I'll pause it, is we talked about this and we end up doing it really well throughout the game, where when the ball comes down, when we have time, taking our time, controlling the ball, and then passing it away. So in this situation, great job stepping up to get it, but what I would like to see is the two outside backs, which these two, I think we were already up 2-0, and we had moved people around, and they weren't playing back a whole lot. They weren't playing too much defense. They start at forward and center mid. But in this situation, I would like you to, so right here, right there, step up, go towards the outside, and have this player trap the ball, settle it, pass it up to the sides. Anyway, great. Like I said, when we're winning that by that much, it's really hard to I really feel like I'm being super nitpicky at this. So I'm not trying to have that attitude, just trying to say these are the few things we could do better. So when we play those really good teams, we can work those out and play our best against them. So thank you everybody for watching.